I'm going to continue from the video I just made. You have to wonder why. Well, Martin Luther King was mind control was used on. I'm not sure James Earl Ray actually shot him, but there's programming done in it, and I'm gonna let you all Google the agencies, Pro Tel Contel Pro. It's your law enforcement, I believe, was a part of like the same people who've done it to me. If you want them to, anyway, there was always federal investigation into Martin Luther King and into the Kennedys. Um, so the blacks teamed up with Kennedy, and Kennedy, John Kennedy's father, Joseph Kennedy, was the one that helped overthrow my father, King Edward VIII, and install a imposter that became um, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. That wasn't even my father. They kidnapped me with the help of my Uncle George VI, Elizabeth's father, and President Roosevelt, and I don't know who all did get in on the kidnapping. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, who are Jewish, and they are related to Elizabeth's mother, who at the time was called the Queen Mom. It was illegal, but they stole it from my father. But that's getting on back there to show you the United States installed their own monarch that worked for them, not for the British. So they had me over here holding me hostage without my knowledge. And I was running around trying to tell about the murders and Wayne Williams, and I actually went to Mrs. King downtown Atlanta, and I'm walking with no money, and it was freezing, and I had no shoes except flip-flops. So I really have been through hell. Not just that. That's the better days. This happened to me. But she wouldn't see me. Mrs. King wouldn't. Well, I didn't go away. Well, she sent a guy out, and he took me outside from the waiting room, and he talked to me on the outside. Supposedly, he was second in charge or something. He talked to me, and I didn't get the clue at the time. But he said to me, well, we know about mind control. One of our doctors, I believe he said a professor's that was a friend, lives in, it was Rhodesia at the time. He said he went to a dentist, and when he came home, he took a flying leap into the wall, and I think he said it's been a long time. He really was hurt. You can do that. Mind control is so powerful. You have extra strengths you don't know you have. So anyway, the Rhodesia was kind of like he meant to tell me, or a slip of the tongue. I didn't know my identity. I didn't know that they were using me as bait and hostage and deal making. So the mayor, Maynard Jackson, just walked off when I was trying to talk to him downtown. He wouldn't talk to me. And I went to Andrew Young, who at that time was mayor of, had took over a little later for Andrew Young. Andrew Young was mayor, not ambassador anymore. He was mayor. He took over for Maynard Jackson as mayor of Atlanta. He wouldn't talk to me. So now I've heard later them talk about South Africa and Nelson Mandela and putting resources into South Africa, which they control it just like they control everything else that's British. This deal about having good relationships and all that, Great Britain is hostage just like me. So that's it's a joke. They kidnapped the monarch and brought me over here, and I think by my doing the tape, you know a bit of what they've done to me and my two sons. But so that I don't lose you, Maynard Jackson and Lee Brown, who was police commissioner at the time, that the Wayne Williams, this was about 81, after they had put the antifreeze in me, and I had been transported across the state line to Huntsville. I had made my way back, but the point is that on ABC, before they arrested Wayne for the they actually charged him, I should say. Maynard Jackson, he was ex-mayor at that time, and or maybe he was mayor. I can't remember if his time had expired or not. But Lee Brown's police commissioner went on Good Morning America, and this has to be on some tape somewhere. They told that this was the words: Wayne Williams did not commit the murders. It's the mechanism used. They didn't go and explain what the mechanism is, but everybody should ask. It was mind control. And this is what I was telling everybody, with no money, after having antifreeze put in my brain, that I should have died. Didn't know if my children, where they were, if they were going to live or die. So the South Africa comes into it. So they really, the United States really got themselves a hostage when they kidnapped me. When they installed my uncle, the war with Germany really started in '39. That's the year I was born, and I show the photograph where my Uncle George, who became king illegally, came to the White House with Roosevelt, and Joseph Kennedy was ambassador to England, and they all got together and planned it all, or planned part of it, so that the treaties were signed, which are really illegal, because I'm the legal monarch. But enforcing it's another question, and me staying alive, and but the treaties are not legal. My uncle signed treaties, and I don't know what all Elizabeth has done, signed treaties that allowed the United States to put all its military bases on British soil. Well, if you want to look, there's hardly anything British anymore. Even Australia has an Area 51 that the United States put there. But the point being, they have bases in strategic points. It's almost like a game of chess or something, the moves they've made. When they gained control of Great Britain, through the illegal treaties and kidnapping me, they kind of blocked in like Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland, and Norway, and they put U.S. Army bases there, because by that time they were blocked in. Now they have the Monarch system. I don't know how much influence or power they have, but they're related to me the same as they are Elizabeth. So they got hemmed in and had to do what the Americans tell them to do. So the United States used Heathrow and whatever was British in London to fly planes. Like they flew it in and killed, now I'm going to lose it. I'm not reading from anything. It's from memory, and I haven't prepared it because I'm living a hell of a life. So I don't have a press agent or someone writing anything for me. Trying to think of the gentleman that Reagan used Heathrow to fly, or in fly zone over London to fly in and kill his son in northern Africa. He just died not too long ago. The airspace and the bases the United States have flown from, and they've made the British fight and die for them. The United States really furnished weapons to Northern Ireland, which bombed Great Britain. I have to wonder in all this, has anybody listened, or do they even care? And I got to tell you, everybody can get mad at if they want to. At least maybe they have a reason. Because me telling everybody the truth, they hated me. They didn't want to hear it. I saw another side of people, and that's just the truth. So the United States has used Great Britain. I don't know how they survived. The UK's been hemmed in and everything, and got a make-believe monarch that, anyway, I'm going to move on to another tape.